What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about RVing in the extreme heat, because today is 100 degrees with a real feel of 110. Well, it says 99 now, so it's not quite as bad, but 110, real feel shade of 105. And when you're in a black RV, it is not easy to keep it cool. So we're gonna talk about some things that we do to actually help keep it cool. We're also going to show you a new product that's now for sale, and what it is basically an easy start for your ACs, because your ACs are going to be working overtime, especially if you're trying to live on solar or a generator. And this will just help you out, because what it does essentially is to make sure the AC doesn't draw a huge load all at once. It kind of helps it ramp up. But the difference in this one is it's not hardwired into the AC. It's actually something you plug into the pedestal or into your generator first. So that's a little bit different than probably what you've seen before. And if you hang on to the end of this video, I'll let you know some details, because we're going to be giving it away. Before we get this video started, huge shout out to our partner Signature Solar. Thank you guys so much for the partnership and for sending us things that help better our RV life and we're able to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's get this video going. You don't always have a choice, but if you can and you know it's going to be really hot, make sure you get into some shade. Now this RV site, it's not the greatest RV site, but look at all the trees. Like, it is shaded about 90% of the day, and it has been extremely helpful. So I would say, if you can, if there's sites open, you can always go ask if you can move. If you're in the extreme sun, find a place where you can actually be in the coverage of the shade, and that will help out a huge amount. We also keep our awnings out just to keep the sun off the sides, especially in the mid-afternoon. It's just so hot and humid at that point. And then, so keep your shades out. We do have sunshades as well. We haven't had to use them here because we're in the shade. The sunshades on the actual awnings is a huge help during the day. So it's really hot out today.
So hot.
Yeah. What do you do to help keep cool?
Stay inside.
Stay inside?
No. We make sure all the blinds are closed, turn on all the ACs like throughout the evening so that it's not trying to catch up. And then we also got a dehumidifier, which helps the ACs not run as hard. Yeah. Because it's like 68% humidity here.
There's condensation all over the windows.
There is condensation all over the windows, but by 10 o'clock it was only 68%. But anyway, so that's what we do. It helps you sleep better because you're not wet and sticky. Helps the condensation from building up in the bedroom, and helps the AC run a little bit better. So.
Alrighty. We'll go back inside. She actually talked about a few things there that I was going to give you some tips on too. So make sure when you turn your ACs on in the morning, like just go ahead and turn them down, because it's going to be a lot easier to cool it and keep it cool than it will be for those ACs to catch up during the day when it's 100 degrees outside. I think a big thing there is that you have to set your expectations. You're not going to, most RVs aren't going to stay, below 70 degrees when it's 100 degrees outside. You're going to get about 15 to 20 degrees of difference between the outside and the inside. So I think you kind of have to level set your expectations a little bit. Just know that it's not going to be a freezer inside. It's going to feel like one, because walking in 20 degrees cooler is still really cool. But 80 degrees versus being able to keep it at 70 is a huge difference. I don't know how many of you guys have toy haulers, but ours has a patio on the side and on the back, and we like to keep the patios closed when it's extreme heat. If we're in the sun all day, this patio would be shut, but this side's basically in the shade all day. And the reason for that is because this door right here is way more insulated than those like sliding glass doors. So it's just going to make a lot of sense to keep those patio doors shut. Okay, a couple things that we've done. We have an air fryer, and instead of cooking inside, because we love to cook, instead of cooking inside, we take the air fryer out on the patio and use it out there. That way the exhaust from it is just outside. It's not heating up the inside. Same with, like, we don't use the oven when it's 100 degrees outside. We're not going to use the stovetop. We'll use the microwave and the air fryer, but again, the air fryer will be outside. And we just put that out on our side patio. If you don't have a side patio, use picnic tables, something like that. It's definitely could be helpful to keep that temperature down. Of course, you're going to want to cook. If you're cooking dinner, you're going to want to cook right when it's the hottest part of the day. So, you know, don't do that. That'll help keep it way cooler inside. Come a dog! Here's another thing you can do, and I'm going to show you. What I did is I went to Home Depot and bought these little like half domes, and the half domes are like door stoppers that just go on the wall right there, that right there. And with this racetrack system, what happens is that you're pushing air through a track system that's sitting in the attic of this RV, and it's got to be hot up there. And you know, with it being that hot up there, it's pushing the air through these heated ducts, basically the ambient temperature around it. So it's going to lose some of its coolness as it travels through that racetrack system. What that does is it disrupts the airflow enough to push it down through that vent. So that's one of the things that we have found has made a huge difference. You got less cool air circulating up there and more cool air coming down into here. Pro tip on that, don't put it in every single one of them. Maybe like 1 or 2 per room. If you put it in every single one of them, it doesn't circulate properly to the other areas of the racetrack. And it's really cheap too. Go to Walmart, Home Depot, something like that. It's super cheap to do that, and you will feel a world of difference. Now for us in a toy hauler, the garage and the front nose stay cooler for some reason. I don't know why, but so what we like to do is we have this Dyson fan. We'll move it into the doorway. And what that does is it helps draw some of that cool air out of the garage back into that main living space. Because that main living space is where I've got these big doors, I've got those big windows, you know, so this area stays the warmest all the time. So anything I can do to push air through this area is helpful. You can set fans up kind of strategically to push that cold air from the cooler parts of your RV into the warmer parts where you're going to be staying, you know, 95% of the time. Actually, another thing that's made a huge difference has been having the roof coated with the RV, the armor, roof armor, and having solar panels up there, because it's absorbing a lot of the heat that's actually would have been hitting the roof of the RV. So there you go, another reason to go get some solar panels. Not only will you, you got renewable energy, you can also, help keep your rig a little bit cooler. We talked about ACs and helping them run a little bit easier, especially at startup. Well, I want to thank Signature Solar for sending this out to me. Basically, it's a SoftStart that's an external SoftStart. You no longer have to figure out how to wire those things into the AC, because it's not super simple. And each AC is a little bit different. So out of the 3 ACs, 2 of them mine were the same, and then the middle one was different because it had a heat pump. Okay, this thing is pretty sweet. So this is the startup, and it is for AC soft starts. 2 ACs with 50 amp or 30 amp, 2 ACs with a 3000 watt generator, 2 ACs with a 3000 watt inverter, 1 AC with a 2200 watt inverter, or 1 AC with a 2000 watt inverter. So you can reduce the startup power needed by up to 50%. So if you know that when an AC starts up, that's when it has a really big draw, because it kind of all hits at one time. And if you have multiple ACs hitting at one time, you start to run the risk of actually exceeding whatever the power limit is of what you're using, like a inverter or the generator. Now, what this comes with is you've got this that will plug right into the either the pedestal or a generator. Then you got this, which is a 50 amp to 30 amp converter. And then Signature Solar also sent me this, which is the newest advanced SoftStart for RV ACs. which reduces startup amps by 65 to 70%. That is absolutely nuts. I think this is really cool because not everybody knows how to install this. I mean, you look at all these colorful wires and stuff, and it can be a little bit of intimidating. You know, or they know how, but they don't have the confidence to do it, and that's a big part of it. So to have something like this where you can just plug it in and know that you're good to go, that's pretty awesome. So what we're going to do for the rest of this video is we're going to plug this thing in, and then we're going to test to see how or what it looks like for the ACs to actually start up on it. So it's got two power indicators here. Both green lights are on, which means you have 240, 50 amp power. So there you go. Now I would plug my rig into that, and you have soft starts on your RV without altering or modifying your existing ACs. Our friends are here that don't have soft starts on their RV. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go plug this into their rig and see how it works. And then I think we're gonna use it with their generator just to see that, because we have this complimentary 30 amp adapter, which is pretty awesome. And then again, I've wired these into all three of them just because that was part of our like off-grid system. And so I'll show you guys what that was like. That was a long time ago. I've actually had them on there for a couple years now. This is kind of a game changer, actually. I really like. If I didn't have soft starts already, this would definitely be something I would invest in. So we're here this morning, and we're at a friend's RV, which he does not have soft starts already installed on his AC, so it's the perfect test for this. And he has a Honda 3000 watt generator that we're going to use. We're also going to do a screen share or screenshot of kind of the startup, because he has an app for his Honda generator where you can monitor the output. And so we're going to screen record that so that you can also see the output. It should kind of incrementally step up versus just hitting all at once. So that's kind of the premise behind how this thing is supposed to work. So we're gonna hook it up and see if it does. So he's got a little adapter there for because it's a weird generator style plug. It's kind of rounded. So it goes from that to a 50 amp plug. And so this one has a 50 amp plug. So we're going to see what it does. So quiet. All right, we're up to 800. So that did exactly what it was supposed to do. It just kind of ramped up for the generator. We're not going to bug our neighbors too much more with this. Sorry, guys. Something kicked on. Fan kicked on. Now that we've seen how the SoftStart works on the one that actually plugs into the pedestal or to a generator, I'm going to show you guys how the SoftStarts work on the ACs that are hardwired in, and how when I turn my ACs on, slowly ramp up instead of hitting all at once and potentially overexerting the power source. All right, now that we've tested this thing out, go check it out. The links are going to be in the description. Thank you so much, Signature Solar, for sending this stuff to us. We absolutely love being able to work with you guys and get to try out some of these cool new gadgets for the RV world. All right, I said I was going to be giving this away. We are going to be giving this away. It's going to be at our Tolona gathering. Our Tolona gathering is in November. The link is in the description. We have, I think, around 5 spots left. So if you want to come, now would be the time to sign up. It's on Eventbrite. We will be giving that away as part of our signature solar giveaway, along with some other stuff, some really big, cool stuff. So if you want to see what that's all about, go to the link in the description. We hope to see you there. All right, well, I hope you're able to keep your RV a little bit cooler after this video. We've been on the road for 4 years now. We've been in some extreme heat, and these are the things that we've learned, and we want to pass it on to you guys. So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe. Till the next strange adventure, keep making your own.